Welcome to a video about attaching the sleeve and the skirt onto the bodice of this dress. So you want to have your bodice laid flat. This is the other sleeve with the backs matched up. I've not buttoned them up yet because you will need to unbutton them to do this part. So if you flatten this side and put a stitch marker where the side is, then you're going to open it out and you have your sleeve. So you have this curved bit at the top and these are the side bits that we're going to match up to this. So this is the right side of the fabric because it looks knitted, and this is the wrong side where it's quite bumpy. So you're going to get it so it's wrong side up, right side of bodice up, and you're going to pop it there, and you can just use a stitch marker, and then you're going to do the same with the other side. So you'll have to sort of swing it around a little bit like this and attach it there, and you can just use that stitch marker if you wish, like so. And then you should have a stitch marker, which I currently don't have, in the centre of this line, which is around there. And then I'm just going to flip that round so the wrong side showing up again, and I'm going to match it with my shoulder, which is up here where you will have already joined, with this stitch marker here, like so. And then just use the stitch marker again to attach it. And then the best way of doing this is just gently stretch it all out so that it all fits in. So this is your bodice and this is your sleeve, and just match up the ends, give everything a little stretch. The end parts where you have attached with your stitch markers will stretch out like this, almost like they don't fit, but when you sew them up along, if you wish to make this part a little bit easier, you might find it easier to do it this way. So now the bodice is on top and the sleeve is inside, and this sometimes just makes it a little bit easier. So you're going to thread up your needle with a length of the same wool that you've used for the dress. With it being wool, I sometimes just fold it over and pop it through my needle like so. And then if you start where you've attached the edge of the sleeve at the bottom here and go through the edge, and then I like to tie a little knot here to keep it on. It's up to you how you start your stitching, but with wool and things I find this the best way. And then you're going to get the other side of your sleeve. Can you see where it's all stretched out? And you're going to bring it next to this one. And then I find it useful just to secure the ends of the sleeve a couple of times so that they stay together. So at this point you can remove these stitch markers that are keeping the ends in, and then you just need to work your way around. You can do this with a crochet hook and slip stitch or single crochet. You can sew it in and out. I like to just do it over like this. So you will work your way around. You may need to stretch it a little bit as you go until you hit this stitch marker and make sure that's lined up, and continue round. So we'll come back when we finish that. Okay, now we've finished sewing the sleeve. So it will look like this with your sleeve hanging out. So now you need to push your sleeve through, keeping your length of wool on your needle. So you will have everything the wrong side out. This is your sleeve, the back, and your other sleeve the wrong way out. Now you're just going to match the seams of your sleeve. You may want to use stitch markers again just to secure this, a bit like you would maybe pins in sewing. So just a couple of stitch markers to make sure all the edges line up. And then we're going to start sewing up the length of this to the wrist.